Aye, beautiful beings. I'm Crystal and welcome to day 30 of this 31-day self-love yoga journey. Today, we're gonna celebrate. So get yourself ready and let's begin. For today's practice, we are going to get started by standing up nice and tall. So stepping your feet underneath your hips. With an inhale, we're going to lift and reach our fingertips all the way up to the sky. Keep your hands here. So grounding down through the soles of your feet, lifting and reaching up through your hands, lengthening through the spine. Invitation to close the eyes or soften the gaze, just to take your awareness within and just feel into this shape. Connecting your feet down to the earth, reaching up to the sky and beyond. Maybe even lifting the corners of your mouth into a smile. And take a wee moment here to give thanks for this moment. It's a gift to be alive here and now. So let's celebrate this life through this yoga practice, through conscious breath and movement. Relax through the shoulders as you continue to lift and reach up. And with an exhale, float your hands all the way down. Making your way to the top of your mat if you're not already there. With an inhale, lift and reach your fingertips all the way up to the sky. Lean back slightly and with an exhale, forward fold. We're going to step the left foot back. Lower that knee. Just see if it feels best to have your toes tucked under or your foot flat. Adding any extra padding with your mat if need be for that back knee. So once you've connected to your roots, with an inhale, we're going to lift up through the arms. Maybe even leaning back ever so slightly. Feel this generous opening up through the hips, hugging the thighs in towards the center to help you keep your balance. And with an exhale, float the hands down. Lifting that back knee up and stepping the back foot up to the front. Forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. With an inhale, we're going to lift up halfway, slide your hands to your shins or your thighs, coming to a nice flat back. And exhale to soften and fold. With your next inhale, we're going to lift and rise all the way up, reach up, lean back slightly. And with an exhale, go ahead and dive all the way back down and forward. We're now going to step the opposite foot back on the mat, lowering the knee down. Once you've found your foundations here, feeling into your best foot positioning, with an inhale, lift and rise up. Option to maybe even lean back slightly. Heart is open. Gratitude is flowing for this moment. And with an exhale, float the hands back down. Lifting the back knee up, step that foot up to the front. Forward fold, let the head get heavy, maybe shaking a little bit from side to side. With your next inhale, lift up halfway, coming to a nice neutral spine. Exhale, soften and fold. Inhale to lift and rise all the way up. Lean back slightly. And exhale to go ahead and dive all the way back down. We're going to step one foot back, lower that knee. Step the other foot back, lower that knee. So coming in towards a tabletop shape. From here, we're going to take our right toes off the right side of our mat. Extending out nice and long through the left foot. You can take your toes out at an angle or even be on the heel here. So, finding your connections to the earth to help keep you grounded. We're going to rise up on our knee and that foot. Take your left hand somewhere onto the left leg, wherever you can reach. And with an inhale, lift and reach the right arm up and overhead. Opening up through the right side of the body. Lengthening through this extended leg. Root to rise here. We need strong foundations to allow us to lift ourselves up in this way. And with an exhale, we're going to release. Make your way back to your tabletop position. And we're just going to take a wee moment to reset before coming into the same thing on the other side. So let's move through cat-cow or any organic movement that feels right for you. For cat-cow, with an inhale, we're going to drop our belly, lift our gaze. Exhale as we round through the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest, navel draws in and up towards the spine. And inhale to open up, expand. Exhale, contract. So you might want to keep this movement going in cat-cow. You might want to sway your hips from side to side or come back to child's pose for a moment. So listen to honor and celebrate your body through its needs in this moment. We're just here for around 3 more cycles of breath. And returning to stillness. So we're going to be coming into the same thing on the other side. So let's take our left foot off the left side of the mat, reaching and extending the right foot behind you. Heel comes into alignment with the knee. So find your foot positioning here. Just play around with different angles of that foot. It's going to be different for everybody because we all have different bodies. Let's celebrate our different bodies and our uniqueness. So find your foot positioning, and wherever you land, from here we'll slowly lift up, rise up. Take your right hand anywhere that you can reach on your right extended leg. And with an inhale, lift and reach up through the left arm, leaning over, gate pose. So feeling this stretch all the way along, from that arm into the sides of the rib cage, into the hip. Connecting your roots down to the earth to help you have strong foundations for this shape. And with an exhale, we're going to float all the way back down to tabletop. From our tabletop position, we're going to walk our hands forward an inch or 2, spreading out through the fingers, tucking the toes under and starting to lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. With an inhale, take your gaze forward. we're going to step the right foot up in between the hands. Lower down the back foot so the heels are aligned, back toes point towards the top, same corner. Once you've got your roots connected, we're going to inhale, lift up, warrior two, opening up nice and wide through the arms. You can even just glance behind you just to make sure that the arms are balanced. And then taking the gaze beyond the middle finger here. Embracing your warrior energy and celebrating all that you have overcome, everything that you have faced and embraced in this life through connecting to your warrior energy. From here, with an exhale, we're going to make our way into extended side angle. So breathing out, you can start by lowering the right forearm onto the right thigh, reaching the left arm up and overhead. You might stay here. We also have the option to lower the right hand down to the earth beside the foot. Or you might be able to take your hands into a bind by reaching the left arm behind your back and taking the right arm underneath the thigh and interlacing the fingertips behind. So wherever you are at in this shape, celebrate that. You are amazing, you are powerful. Feel the strength, the fire in your legs. Remain open through the heart. And with your next inhale, we're gonna lift back up to warrior two. And with an exhale, take the fingertips back down to the earth to frame that front foot and step back, downward facing dog. Pressing away from the earth, fingertips spread out nice and wide. Navel draws in and up towards the spine. Let's take a moment to bend into one knee at a time. Helping to open up further through the backs of the legs. And just taking a wee moment to reset before coming into the same thing on the other side. Returning to stillness. With your next inhale, take your gaze forward and stepping the opposite foot in between the hands. Lower down the back foot so the heels are aligned, back toes point towards the top, same corner of the mat. Once you've connected to your foundations, inhale to lift up to warrior two. So opening up through the arms, through the chest, perhaps gazing behind you just to check in with the arms, make sure that they are balanced. And then taking the gaze beyond the middle finger out in front. Bending through the front knee so the front knee is over the ankle. And with an exhale, coming into our extended side angle position, first by lowering the forearm onto that thigh, reaching the opposite arm up and overhead. Option one, to stay here. Option two, lowering the hand beside the foot onto the earth. Or maybe you can come into a bind, reaching the right arm behind your back, and the left arm comes underneath the thigh. Wherever you are, stay lifted through the heart. Gaze is lifted. Feel your strength. And celebrate wherever you are. With your next inhale, we're gonna lift back up, warrior two. And with an exhale, take the hands back to the earth and step back, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna lower both of our knees, cross the ankles behind you and come through to a seat. We're gonna inhale, lift and reach our fingertips up to the sky. And with an exhale, we're gonna float our hands down and make an audible ah sound. So let's breathe in once again. And exhale, sigh out. Ah. Twice more like that. Inhale, lift up. And let something go. Last time. And release. Beautiful. From here, we are going to come into stillness for the final moments of this practice. So you can either stay in a seat or you might wish to lie down on your back. Whichever position you find yourself in, invitation to close the eyes or soften your gaze. Have the palms facing up, so we're open to receiving all of the benefits of this practice and beyond. Allowing for your body to soften. Giving yourself permission to relax here. We're allowing for all of the goodness and all of the celebrations of this practice to settle into our mind, our body, our spirit. How often do we celebrate ourselves or celebrate this moment, celebrate the fact that we are alive? It truly is a gift to be here. The more that we celebrate and the more that we are grateful, the more that we will have to celebrate and the more things that we will have to be grateful for. And so you are welcome to stay here as long as you need. But otherwise, if you're ready to reawaken the body, start to invite some movement to the fingers and the toes. Yawning or stretching out your body in any way that your body is calling for. And if you are ready to finish this practice here and now, then I invite you to join me in a seat if you're not already here. With an inhale, we're going to lift and reach our hands up and overhead, palms kiss. Exhale as we take our hands in front of heart center, breathing in here. And as you breathe out, bow your head to your heart in honor of yourself for celebrating your sweet self and giving thanks to the sacred practice of yoga. Sealing this practice in any way that feels aligned for you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.